Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden messages in corporate filings. Today, we're diving into a report from Sonim Technologies Incorporated, and let's just say some of the compensation details might make you raise an eyebrow before we get into the nitty-gritty. If you enjoy these kinds of breakdowns that cut through the jargon, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we also have a vibrant Discord community where we chat about these things and more, linked in the description. So what we're looking at here is a current report, a Form 8. Think of this as the company's way of quickly telling us about any really important stuff that is happening. It is like a breaking news alert for investors. The report is dated the 1st of December 2025, and it is all about what happened around that time. The company in question is Sonim Technologies Incorporated. They're known for making rugged mobile devices, the kind you might see on a construction site or in a factory built to withstand harsh conditions. A few standard bits of information here, like where they are incorporated, their file number with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and their IRS employer identification number. Nothing too exciting, but important for record keeping. Then there is a checkbox section. This is a bit of a formality, basically indicating if this report is also meant to cover other types of announcements. The box that is checked here indicates that this filing is soliciting material under Rule 14, a -12 of the Securities Exchange Act, which is related to communications made before a formal proxy statement is sent out, often in connection with a merger or acquisition. Here we see the company's stock. Their common stock trades under the symbol SUM on the Nasdaq capital market. They're indicating here that they are not an emerging growth company. This usually means they've been around long enough to have to follow stricter reporting rules. Now we get to the meat of the report under item 5.02. This section typically covers changes in the company's leadership, like directors or key officers, and also how those officers are compensated. And here is where things get interesting. The report details a Chief Financial Officer retention bonus. This is a bonus designed to keep their Chief Financial Officer, Clay Crolius, around. On the 1st of December 2025, the company's compensation committee approved this bonus for Mr. Crolius. The key word here is contingent. That simply means it is not guaranteed. It depends on certain events happening. This bonus is tied to the company selling some of its assets. Specifically, it is linked to the successful completion of an asset purchase agreement where Sonim Technologies Incorporated is the seller and Pacecar Acquisition, LLC is the buyer. If this sale doesn't go through, the bonus is null and void, meaning it never existed. Now let's look at how this bonus is calculated. It is a little bit of a financial puzzle. They're treating it as if Mr. Crolius was granted $100,000 worth of restricted stock units, or RSs, back on the 16th of October 2025. These are called CFO Phantom RSs because they're not real shares, but the value is tracked as if they were. The number of these Phantom RSs is based on the stock price on that October day. These Phantom RSs will only become vested, meaning they're considered earned on the day the asset sale is completed. The actual bonus amount will be the value of those Phantom RSs on the day the sale closes, paid out in cash. So if the stock price goes up between now and the sale, Mr. Crolius gets a bigger bonus. If it goes down, he gets less. It is essentially a bonus tied to the success of the asset sale and the company's stock performance at that crucial moment. Next up, we have compensation for the executive chairman. Normally, non-director compensation policies dictate an annual award of restricted stock units, or RSs, worth $50,000 for the non-executive chairman. Mr. Michael Mulliker is officially the executive chairman, and his employment agreement says he is entitled to the same compensation as non-employee directors, including this RSU award. However, there is a problem. The company apparently doesn't have enough shares available to actually give Mr. Mulliker these RS, so they haven't issued them. So on the same day they approved the CFO's bonus, the 1st of December 2025, the compensation committee also approved a substitute cash grant for Mr. Mulliker in place of the SUS they couldn't issue. Similar to the CFO's bonus, they're using a Phantom RSU concept. They're calculating it as if Mr. Mulliker was granted RSUs worth $50,000, the same Phantom RSU structure as before, but this time it is for the chairman. Mr. Mulliker's Phantom RSs are called Chairman Phantom RSs. These Chairman Phantom RSs will vest, meaning they're earned on the earlier of a change in control of the company, or some other event that speeds up the vesting, or a specific vesting event outlined in his agreement. And the cash grant Mr. Mulliker will receive will be the value of these Chairman Phantom RSs at the time they vest, paid out in cash. So again, it is tied to the company's stock price at a future, yet to be determined, vesting event. The next section is titled Additional Information and Where to Find It. This is essentially a legally required disclosure about further information relating to the proposed transaction. This part is a heads up about a proposed transaction, likely the asset sale we mentioned earlier. They're strongly advising stockholders to read the proxy statement, which is a document that will contain all the details about any shareholder votes needed for this transaction. They want to make sure everyone is fully informed before they make any decisions. This section identifies who might be considered participants in asking for your vote. Essentially, it lists key people at Sonim, like the CEO Peter Liu, CFO Clay Crolius, Executive Chairman Mike Mullica, and several directors. These individuals could be seen as involved in encouraging shareholders to vote a certain way on the proposed deal. It is a disclosure to ensure transparency about who is influencing shareholder decisions. And finally, we have the signatures. This is the formal sign-off indicating that Sonim Technologies Incorporated has officially filed this report. It is signed by Clay Crolius, the Chief Financial Officer, on the 5th of December 2025. He is certifying that the information is true and correct to the best of his knowledge. Now, looking at this report, the main story here is about the compensation arrangements for key executives tied to a significant company event, the sale of assets. The fact that they're using these phantom stock units to calculate cash bonuses is a bit of a creative accounting move, but it is not uncommon. It is designed to reward executives based on the value of the company or a part of it at a specific future point. The fact that Mr. Mullica, the executive chairman, is getting a cash payment instead of stock because of a lack of available shares is a bit of a red flag. It suggests that the company's stock equity might be strained, or that their equity plan wasn't adequately provisioned for this kind of compensation. This could indicate a need for recapitalization or better financial planning regarding stock awards. The structure of these bonuses, directly linked to the consummation of an asset sale, means that the company's leadership is heavily incentivized to get that deal done. For investors watching from the outside, this aligns them somewhat, but it also means that a lot of executive compensation hinges on this single transaction. The critical thing to watch will be the terms and the final value of that asset sale, as that will directly impact how much these executives walk away with. Overall, Sonim Technologies Incorporated seems to be navigating a period of significant corporate change. The compensation details highlight the focus on retaining key talent during what appears to be a transitional phase, possibly driven by the asset sale. We'll be watching to see how this asset sale plays out and what it means for the future of the company and its shareholders. Alright? That is our breakdown of Sonim Technologies Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these executive compensation packages and their connection to the asset sale? Do you think this is a smart way to motivate leadership, or does it raise concerns? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more deep dives into the world of business. And don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.